For millennia, we kept asking what cancer really is. Some said it's a curse from the gods. Some said it's caused by too much black bile. It was only in the 19th century that all these theories were proven wrong. Once put under the microscope, cancer turned out to be just cells. This answered the question of what cancer is, but nothing about why cancer happens. So, the biggest challenge for the 20th century scientists was to find a satisfying answer why cancer happens. Why do well-behaved cells suddenly cut themselves off and become cancer? The human body is an entire society of cells, composed of approximately 60 trillion cells. Each cell contains chromosomes that carry genetic information. Each chromosome is composed of pairs, adenine thymine and guanine cytosine, in countless combinations. This sequence tells the cell when to grow and divide, what function it should play in the body, and when it should die. But what happens when the pairs are connected wrong, or the sequence is broken, corrupting the information? What if the corrupted information is about the limit on cell division? This grabbed the scholars' attention in the early 20th century. They thought that a mutation in a cell's genes causing it to divide limitlessly without dying is the cause for cancer. This is the somatic mutation theory. Based on this theory, the scientists researched the causes for mutation, and as a result, we now know the 3 factors for cancer. These are environmental, hereditary, and replicative factors. For example, the chemical benzopyrene contained in cigarette smoke causes mutation by bonding with guanine and breaking the DNA helix. Ultraviolet radiation causes nearby cytosine bases to fuse together, causing mutation. In addition, frequent drinking and eating salty, lack of exercise, obesity, and other unhealthy lifestyles all increase the risk of cancer. These are all environmental factors. Limiting exposure to these causes is one of the surest ways to prevent cancer. But the matter is complicated by a few things. For example, long-term exposure to cigarette smoke does increase the risk of lung cancer, but it is an inconvenient truth that 15 to 20% of men with lung cancer and 50% of women are non-smokers. It would be great if mutations only had external causes, but many types of cancer have internal causes. Some are born with genetic defects that makes mutation more likely. Even without hereditary defects, there can be random errors purely by accident during cell division. The exact statistics differ by each study, but some researches show that cell division errors may account for 66% of all cancer. If this is true, it means that 2/3 of all cancer is not preventable. Throughout our lifetime, billions of cell divisions happen in our body, and each time there is a risk of mutation. Fortunately, most mutation does not have any special impact on our body. But sometimes a mutation can develop into cancer. When we are young, the immunocytes, the police of the body, destroy the mutated cells, so there is a smaller risk of cancer. But as we get older, the situation gets worse. As the bodily functions slow down, so does immunocyte activity, which means that if there is a mutation, there is a higher chance of the cells surviving to possibly become cancer. Even if the chance of mutation is the same throughout the lifetime, there are more elderly cancer patients. The first reason why defeating cancer is so difficult. There is a limit to prevention. If you live long enough, cancer becomes an unavoidable danger. The best possible response is to screen regularly and discover cancer as early as possible. If we catch the cancer before metastasis, only the first tumor must be removed, making the treatment much easier. In the case of lung cancer, if it is discovered early, the survival rate is around 73%. Otherwise, the survival rate drops to 18%. In case of breast cancer, if it is discovered early, the survival rate can reach up to 96%, but drops to 65% if not discovered early on. As such, discovering cancer as early as possible is the most effective method to ensure recovery. But this is easier said than done. This is a screening image from a lung cancer patient. There was a tiny cancer in the picture, but 8 out of 15 radiologists could not find it. That was because the cancer was occluded by the heart. In this case as well, the cancer was occluded by the diaphragm, which led to 5 out of 9 radiologists failing to detect it. As such, early cancer can be too small to be seen by human eyes. Even if we get regular screenings with radiology specialists analyzing the results, we may fail to discover a cancer early on. The second reason why defeating cancer is so difficult, one can easily waste the golden time, the window of time where cancer can be easily treated. Early on, there are no noticeable symptoms, so if screenings fail to detect the cancer, we may only find it after it has progressed much. With the 20th century, humanity set off to conquer cancer. We learned much about what cancer is and why it happens, but still have trouble diagnosing and treating it. So we started asking a different question. If human intelligence reached its limit in conquering cancer, why not make a superhuman intelligence? That is, an artificial intelligence.